So I wasn't really sure how to feel about this book. I'm definitely not going to read the second one, that's for sure. Because, man, this book made me angry. It's not on the bad book list, I don't think. Yeah, it's not on the bad book list. Wait, yes it is. It's on the wouldn't read again list. And it's not, I guess it's not bad. This book also has two titles. I think it was originally published underneath Whispers of the Dead, but it was changed to Code of Kyoshi, which frankly makes a lot more sense. But I just, I mean, it's not a bad book, I suppose. I just didn't like it, I guess that's all. It's like, I picked it up because it was about dystopia in Japan, which, as I stated before, if it's got anything to do with Asia or Africa or just black people in general, or brown people in general, or just basically anybody who's not white, I will at least give it a chance if I like the description of the book. And I did like the description of this book. I don't really remember what it was, but I did like it, obviously, because I read it and I owned it. So Big Brother has come to Japan. The country fell apart, and now the Batsu are fixing it. People at the bottom can be arrested and they disappear. And if you're upper crust citizen, but like only just even then, because like those people can also disappear. So no one's pretty safe except like the leader of the Batsu and all of that. And Teresa ran away from all of that, and it's not all it's cracked up to be apparently. So she's like a governor's daughter. So Roshike, an orphan and a Kyoshi, decided to help her. Kyoshi and Batsu hate each other, and Roshike has been keeping Teresa off of the Batsu's radar. Kyoshi and Batsu just kind of ignore each other's existence. Um, he doesn't know who she is, but he knows that like she's upper crust because she looks like a white lady, and also her first name is Teresa. That's like a whole thing. They plan to steal some info from the Batsu, and that plan goes up in flames, and Teresa is killed. And Roshike is on the run. Another Kyoshi offers him work in New Tokyo, so he goes to New Tokyo, and because it's the Batsu base, so they would never bother to check for him there because it's like, why would they all be there? And the guy who helps them, his name is I think his name's like Takashi, but they call him Tosh. And he wants Washike to do the same thing he was trying to do for Teresa, only in the main base of the Batsu. So how he knew the plan is anyone's guess, but Ro agrees. So now he's a candidate for the Batsu, and candidates are the people who can become citizens. And they're learning to like Batsu's indoctrination process and all of that. And he's being watched, all 16 of them are, so he's got to be careful. Tosh has inside men, but it's anyone's guess who they are. He finds Seiko. Seiko is another Kyoshi who like ran away, and she's been helping Tosh, and they're friends, so that's pretty great. Um, Side note, it seems like anybody who's like born a citizen, it seems like they're all white people because they all have American names, and they like Carl and Teresa and stuff like that. There's another agent, Agent Sheen. Uh, she is a person that Ro met on his way to New Tokyo, and she's in there, which is pretty cool. She found him near Kyoto, and yeah. Teresa also isn't dead. That was pretty much the only reason I kept reading, because I wanted to know if Teresa was actually dead, because everything seemed a little bit too convenient, and she's not. Teresa's kind of delusional though. She thinks that the rebellion is over, and she thinks that Ro genuinely wants to become a citizen, and she wants Ro to work for her. And Ro was like, "What?" Ro also has a lot of debt to the Batsu, and the Batsu already know everything, which is why Teresa's why they didn't like hurt him, because she was able to convince them not to. So the Batsu places you in a job based on your aptitude. Rose placed in engineering. Teresa has him move to like the guard part of it. And the teacher for engineering, his name is Mark Tadashi. He's also a Kyoshi. And so it was at this point that I officially lost all interest, because I knew Teresa's deal, so why do I care? Sheen doesn't know Tosh. Sheen is not one of the inside men. She just is in there for some reason. The Batsu are pretty slacking. So Ro goes to do the plan. Teresa's bodyguard confronts him. Sheen helps Ro asks what the plan is. They want to use the Batsu to actually fix everything. So he before he wanted to get in and get out, but now he's staying on the inside indefinitely, and I could care less about the sequel. So, I mean, I guess it's not bad, but books like this are why I changed the list, because it's not a bad book. I just don't like it, and now we're going to talk about why. So, I don't know about the cultural representation. I don't know what Batsu means, and a lot of the words that were in Japanese, they explained. And if you are Japanese, or you're immersed in the culture, or like an East Asian historian, and you know that better than I do, tell me, because to me it feels like I'm reading about when the shogunate closed Japan, and it was like, let's do that but worse. That being said, it's very dystopian. Like, the Batsu is Big Brother. They like monitor everything and make sure that all the people on the bottom are unhappy and try to stamp out any rebellion. Doesn't appear to be working. But yeah, I kind of do want to know what the Kyoshi's deal is, but not enough to want to read the next book. It does feel like it's only Japan. Like, they don't talk about the other countries, which is why I said that one time when the shogunate closed the country, that's what it felt like. Because I don't know what's going on in other countries, but obviously there are white people there, because Teresa and Mark and Carl, and obviously there are white people there. The chase bit, there's the chasing part after Teresa died, and it didn't really feel engaging. It didn't feel like he was gonna get caught. I kind of wish that he did, though, because then the rest of the story would be him trying to break out, and then he happens upon these people and the information. But I'm not the author, so whatever. Like, Control doesn't feel complete, and that's maybe because Roshike isn't the Batsu doesn't have complete control of Roshike, even though they like know who he is and all of that. The ruins are cool though, because like when he goes to Kyoto, nobody is in Kyoto. It's like an abandoned town, so that's pretty cool. Also, I knew Teresa wasn't dead. That was it. Like, it was way too easy. Like, she got like everything was going so smoothly, and I was like, okay, no. And I thought that she was like setting up Ro, but whatever. Once I knew that she wasn't dead, I got bored. Had she been dead the whole time, I might have read the second one because I'd want to know her deal. Like with the vampire sword, I just want to know the deal with the guy who did the Lamb Doctrine. I just want to know if he's alive. I'm probably not going to read the third one unless something crazy happens in the second one. I also think that most of my boredom stems from Ro being alone, and Ro is not an engaging character, really, whatsoever. I want to know about the Kyoshi and all of that, but I'm sure that's in the second book. I'm not reading it. Yeah, Ro is just lackluster. Iron Grandma sounds great. She sounds awesome. The world building is great too, I already said. Like because there's a part where he's like in the mountains, because that's where the Kyoshi are. And that's kind of cool. I'd rather read about a Kyoshi and a Batsu falling in love, and they would have to figure that out, because it would certainly expand upon the world building. I think this book might have been free to read on Amazon, which is why I got it. So if the second book turns up in my email as free, then I will read it. But as for right now, it doesn't inspire any sort of intrigue in me to think about book 2. But it's not bad, and if you're into like dystopian books, you'll probably like this. If you're into books that are about like dystopian Japan, then you'll definitely like this, although that seems like a very specific thing to like, but hey. Yeah, so it's not bad.